There are a lot of variables that come into play when removing an old window in a home. What type of siding is there? Was any wood rot discovered? Are there any jamb extensions or casing pieces being reused? And that's just scratching the surface. So before we start the installation process, let's see how an old window is carefully removed with our contractor, Andy Lindus. You know, Andy, we've done so many shows together, and all the job sites that we're at, I'm always impressed by how seriously Lindus Construction takes the safety aspect.
Yeah, you know that our people here are like family, and not only are they like family, I have lots of different family working here. Even my 18-year-old son started working here this year.
Sure.
Having a safety conscious company and having a safety director on full-time working with our people is important. Just like any family member, I never want to see anybody get hurt. Little things like wearing the right gloves, having the right fall protection, making sure your equipment that you're plugging into outlets is up to par to make sure no electrocutions happen, no falls happen. Those are the types of things we're looking at every single job.
That makes sense. Might cost a little bit more, but in the long run, you can rest assured it's going to be done right and safely.
Yes.
Well, Andy, Rick and Jim are hard at work installing the windows these homeowners selected. And we've talked time and time again about how important it is to select a quality window. But at the end of the day, if it's not installed correctly, you're not going to be happy with the end results.
I always talk about this. All my window guys do is install windows every single day. Lots of different brands we've installed over the years. One continuous process from start to finish that we do with all windows. Some windows have different intricacies that you have to do to make sure they're installed right, but really from step one to step done, it's the same process that all of my guys do every single day to give you the best results possible.
Okay, well, let's walk through that installation process. And I know from past shows, the installation actually begins with the demolition or the removal of the existing window.
And everybody thinks, you know, this is going to be easy. There's a lot of tricks to the trade that you don't damage other things that aren't getting replaced, especially when you're talking about full frame construction. Sometimes we're going to be reusing extension jambs or trim, depending on the installation and what the homeowner wants us to do. It really starts with taking that interior trim off in a careful manner, not to maybe damage that trim, not to damage the walls, and then we start to look, how was this window in fastened? How was it installed? What are our next steps going to be?
Okay, and I noticed when I was watching them remove the old window on the upper casement up there, the next step seemed to be removing the existing siding.
The vast majority of windows we install, unless it's impossible to do a full frame installation, it's a full frame installation. Why? Because I know that if I put an insert window in, there's a good chance that homeowner's going to be unhappy with it in 5 years. Yeah, it costs more money. Yes, it takes maybe twice as long to install a window this right way, but when you're thinking long-term, longevity, what are we going to do for air infiltration, water infiltration, this is the right way to do it. We're either removing the siding or we're cutting the siding for a brick mold installation. This particular one with our nail fin application, all of that vinyl siding has to come down. We label it, we do it carefully in order to make sure we can reinstall it perfectly and not damage anything, because you know as well as I do, you damage a piece of 15-year-old vinyl siding, you can't find that color. They don't just keep vinyl siding sitting out in the sun ready to fade uniformly to be a 15-year-old vinyl siding. It's just not going to happen. So it seems like you create this environment where it's rush, rush, rush. We talk to our guys all the time, slow down. We'll get to the work when we get to the work. First, let's do it right Let's do it good. That's the most important part. So they know what's important to us. I don't stress speed over quality. Getting this done right, and more importantly, done right the very first time we're out here, yeah, might take a little bit slower to do it this time around. But you know what it's going to be faster on? Me having to come out twice.
Sure. And you know, these guys, you talk about experienced craftsmen. I mean, they've been with you a long time.
Yeah, you think about this. I was talking to you guys off camera. Between Jim and Rick on this job site, they've been with me more years than the vast majority of contractors in the Twin Cities have been in business. There's 30 years of window installation experience going in on this house. Not a lot of guys can say that. Not a lot of guys can say they've been around for 5 years, let alone for 30 years.
Sure. Peace of mind for you as a business owner, and the ultimate peace of mind for the homeowner, knowing they're going to get the job done correctly and to their satisfaction. That's for sure. Now back to the installation process. Yeah. Once the siding has been removed, it looked as though they were cutting off the existing nailing flange?
Yeah, we're going to go around with tools designed for us, whether we have to take off a nailing flange. Some windows get screwed through the frame, some don't, some get nailed. We're going to go around and take away off the nailing flange. We're going to run our tools down the actual frame of the window, cut everything there. Then we can remove that entire window and start our inspection process of the actual opening. This is the first time we actually get to take a peek at the bare wood. What are we dealing with here? Is it right? Does it have to be replaced? Again, I'm thinking not next year. Are they going to be happy next year? Yeah, anybody can come in and slap something in to make sure you're happy for 12 months. I'm thinking, how do I make them happy for 20 years?
Stick around. We'll continue with today's home remodeler right after this message.